take a tiny scoot back. All right, and then this is episode 4. All right, Doom. Back to Doom. So you saw Doom, the movie, right? With The Rock.
Yeah.
You like it? That was one of I liked it.
And it's really hard for me to critique film, in general. Unless it's a smoldering dumpster fire, that movie took so many freaking people to make. People got paid. Those things create jobs. But I got to be really careful about going, oh, this movie sucked or blah, blah, blah. The big kicker is I enjoyed it. It was weird because they went a little off the reservation with the story, but it was an action movie. It had The Rock in it. It had Carl Urban in it. And some really incredible prosthetic creatures, physical creature design in that movie. It tanked in the theaters, I think, which was unfortunate because, when I saw it, as soon as they switched to the first person, in the end of the movie, I'm like, I laughed, and I was the only one in the theater that did. Because, he throws a grenade, or a grenade gets dropped, and, a bear in a hell lands, and then it kind of looks at the grenade and goes, and, it blows up. And I remember just this whole gigantic creature just, and I was kind of hoping that I would be able to play that game. I'm like, dude, this is going to be Doom. Because it was frantic, it was super fast-paced, it was just at one point he takes a shot and doesn't it ricochet like a hatchet into a dude's head, and then he just kind of pushes the dude out of the way, super stylized. I do remember it going off the reservation on the story, and coming from a guy who read the books, I was kind of that's interesting. Why couldn't it just have been demons? Why did it have to be aliens? I get it, but story was right there already. Yeah, there was a couple of things that I didn't like, but there were some really solid characters. The Rock was interesting because I was like, well, why did you do that? I don't want to totally ruin the movie and stuff like that, so there's a big reveal, but I was kind of all right, that's weird. But what I did like was the twist that Carl Urban is the badass of the movie. I was expecting the whole time for it to be Dwayne, and then all of a sudden you're like, whoa. The thing is that, and Abrams said it about the new Star Wars movie, is that just because people don't like something, it's usually immediately met with outrage. Because it wasn't exactly what everybody, even like I said, why couldn't it be demons? Yeah. If you watch that as Doom the movie, it's fine. It's did you watch Super Mario Brothers the movie? I still watch it for fun. I laugh. It's great. And I'm sure John Leguizamo and, frickin' Smee. Bob Hoskins? Yeah. Dude. Wasn't Dennis Hopper? Yeah, Dennis Hopper was in that too. He played King Koopa. But see how excited I get about that stuff? Because even if it was grown-worthy as a kid, there were also contrasts to it. It's when you saw the live-action Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. There's done right and there's done right now. But all of them hold their own merit. So the Doom movie was a pretty drastic departure on a lot, because Sarge was also originally the Doom Guy's kind of loose reference, that the Doom Guy is what they used to refer to him as, because he was just this guy that was under a helmet, that's just, and that was the thing, is he was always looking around.
You see the new movie? They made a second one.
No.
I haven't seen it either.
I've been...
Now my question is, this was the initial...
I don't know.
I wanted to ask you...
I don't know.
I wanted to ask, and I actually heard the Doom one is actually really good, for Doom fans. How would you make the movie?
I would shoot it like Hardcore Henry. I think that is the most important thing, hands down, is that it be from first person. And that's multifaceted. For one, the entire game takes place from this perspective, and Hardcore Henry was emulating all of these other first-person shooters. But it's like, you could do that, but why can't you do Doom? Or fuck Wolfenstein, why not? What was that? Abrams came out with a movie here fairly recently that could have been easily called Wolfenstein. But with Doom, it has to be almost like silent. You know how Hardcore Henry, the guy, never really talked except when he like screamed in pain or whatever it was. Doom was similar. Like, Doom puts you in the shoes of the most powerful, most badass, brutal dude in existence. And he didn't have to say one thing. And he never speaks in the new Doom either. And you would have to see that this is how a dude that really hates evil takes out the trash. And do it in creative and inducing kind of ways. Like, like that's what you want for a Doom movie. And it has to be that like every 5 to 7 seconds for the whole movie. It's just, it needs to keep hitting you. There's certain things that you'd have to capture. You know, the quiet, you have to reach minimum safe distance, you know, like with the klaxons and whoop, whoop, whoop. You know, I mean, it's just, this is a prime example. You played Metroid Prime. When Samus would get hit or when there would be a huge flash or an explosion, you'd see the reflection of Samus's face in her own visor. And that was really cool. Doing something like that with Doom, where like he takes damage and you actually see the really subtle reflection of the dude in the helmet. Doom's a tough one. Like Prince of Persia, pretty darn good. That was a good one. I didn't see Gyllenhaal getting cast as that part, but it was like, you know, like you have to evoke the feeling of the game. Numero 1. Yuva Bolt hit it. Like when he made House of the Dead, like, did you ever see that? They revolve and then bah! You know, it was an interesting, like the chick where she jumps up in the air with the shotgun and then goes boom and blows the guy away. Like that was pretty rad. You're gonna look it up now. It's badass. Anyway, so credit to Yuva Bolt for thinking that one up. He had the balls to put the like in between the shots of the movie just to remind you that this movie's about House of the Dead. Like, what up, dude? Yeah, that's how you make a video game movie, but making a Doom movie would, for one, it's a creature feature, you know. Doom inherently is extremely violent and very, very dark. Like, the battle of good versus evil is not a hugging contest. So these guys are out to hurt each other. You know, it would have to be, you know, these creatures beating the stinking, it'd be a slugfest. And not just necessarily, you know, a roided out, armored up, shotgun toting, one hit quoting monstrosity, you know, cracking beers. And the movie would have to feel like, all right, bring the kids, Gravedigger, tickets are only $5. You know, like it would have to feel like a big rig, you know, I mean, you're watching Titans kick the crap out of each other for an hour and a half. So, but there's artsy ways to do it, you know, and there's also really cool ways to infuse something like that with story. And I think, you can make a pretty stinking rad movie out of Doom. But man, if a couple movies already haven't proved it, there's just that, there's this really weird line that you have to hit. Doom is also like, and I think one of the reasons that they may have changed it to Aliens is because this is about demons and angels. You know, this guy goes to hell, and it's not pretty. Like, hell's a pretty freaky place. And this is a guy who feels at home there. It's just like, told me to go to hell, so I did. And you just rip loose, and it's badass.
Okay, cool. Dude, that was great. Man, 3 o'clock. All right.
Whoop.
That was fun, man.
Hell yeah.